We start with the bombshell news Korea is waking up to this morning. A local court has approved an arrest warrant for Samsung's heir apparent Lee Jae-yong in connection to the massive corruption scandal gripping Korea. It's the first time for the head of Korea's largest business group to be embroiled in such a serious legal situation. Let's cross straight over to our Hwang Hojun at the Independent Counsel office. Hojun, we cannot understate how huge this development is.
You're absolutely right. As the de facto head of Korea's biggest business group, this is a massive story that will have, as yet, untold repercussions on the probe itself, but also potentially the Korean economy. After an agonizing wait at the Seoul Detention Center, Samsung heir apparent Lee Jae-yong will now be arrested as the Seoul Central District Court in the early hours of Friday morning approved an arrest warrant requested by the Independent Counsel team. This was the team's second request, which it filed on Tuesday. The counsel expanded the charges after some 3 weeks of additional investigation against Lee to include diverting assets overseas and concealing the gains from a criminal act. That's on top of the original charges of bribery, embezzlement, and perjury the team filed against Lee with its first arrest warrant request that was rejected last month. The court explained its changed stance via a text message to reporters saying, quote, the rationale for and the necessity of these arrests is acknowledged considering the new charges and additional evidence collected. Now, the charges stem from Samsung Group's alleged transfer of about $7 million to Korea Sports, a consulting firm located in Germany and owned by Choi Sin-sil, the jailed confidant of the Korean president, and allegedly without reporting the transaction. Under Korean law, single overseas transactions of $20,000 and combined transactions of $50,000 per year must be reported to the authorities. The Korean tech giant has also contributed nearly $38 million to entities controlled by Choi. The Independent Counsel believes the money was given in exchange for support of a 2015 merger of two Samsung affiliates that was deemed critical to finalizing Lee's succession to the top of Samsung Group. Now, following the court's decision, Lee will stay at a detention center in Arirang, south of Seoul, where he has been waiting for the ruling.
Right, and this must be a huge blow for Samsung, especially as it's in the middle of a corporate overhaul to push through the succession of control from ailing Samsung Group chairman Lee Gun-hee to his only son, Lee Jae-yong, as you just mentioned before. How is the arrest expected to affect that process?
Well, the leadership vacuum is certainly going to put a dent in the planned reshuffle. Samsung Electronics has pledged to turn itself into a holding company structure as part of the group's reorganization plans early this year, but whether it will still do so now is in question. The restructuring plan started in 2014. Samsung shipped out non-core industries like petrochemicals to other conglomerates like Lotte and merged two of its affiliates, Samsung C&T and Seoul Industries, while focusing on bio-based and automobile sectors. The major investment plans and M&As Samsung was planning are also expected to take a hit. Just to mention one example, Samsung Electronics agreed to buy Harman International Industries late last year, marking the largest foreign M&A deal involving a Korean company. At home, the tech giant was reportedly expanding its chip and display production line. Last year, Samsung's facilities investment totaled at over $23 billion. So where Lee Jae-yong's arrest leaves all that remains unknown, but they could certainly be under threat. Chia?